Hello, and welcome back to another session of Art at Home. We're here in the beautiful senior lounge at the Fullerton Community Center, and we're going to be demonstrating our latest project, terracotta pots. Now, we've all been spending a little too much time at home, maybe, and so houseplants and home decor have become a pretty big part of our lives. Our project this week is showing you how to make a plain terracotta pot, sort of, everyday item, into a really zingy, magical work of art using tape and acrylic paints. So let's get started. We're going to first tape off sections of the pot into sort of geometric designs. Don't try to plan it out too much. Just sort of see where the artistic spirit moves you. So now we're applying it to the pot in more or less random shapes. Kind of see what that turns out to be. I don't usually like to plan these things out too much, but I suppose if you wanted to be more organized about it, you could pencil out shapes, but I kind of like just putting the tape on there. Notice that I'm pressing down with some pressure on the edges. These edges have to be totally secure because we want nice, clean, perfect lines when we start to paint. Okay, so now I have my basic blue tape outline with some interesting geometric shapes. The next step is to mix a couple of what we call tints. Now in art lingo, a tint is when you add a little bit of white to a color. So I'm going to go ahead and have three different options here. I have my untinted paint, then I'm going to have a little tiny tint, and then I'm going to have almost white. So that's the plain. I'm going to go ahead and do that first. We've gone ahead and selected your color for you. I hope you'll like it. Use the paint sparingly. And notice how I'm painting with small strokes and just a light amount of paint going over the edge of the tape. I'm liking this color. You know what this color reminds me of? Mint chip ice cream. I used to go down to Thrifty and get the mint chip ice cream when it was 5 cents a scoop. And notice a little bit of paint goes a long way. You don't need a lot of paint. If your paintbrush is too wet, you're going to end up with gloppy, unattractive lines. We can't have unattractive lines, can we? All right, I think I'm ready to let this dry. What you might want to do is put a little accent on the rim of your pot, even when it's going to be filled with soil and have a beautiful houseplant in it. This is still going to be visible. Notice how I'm moving the pot. Ta-da! Once your pot is dry, and you know it's dry if it's no longer shiny, then you can start peeling away the tape to reveal the cool, beautiful designs that your mighty brush has created. All right, but you gotta do it in the right order. You gotta take off the last piece of tape you put on first, like I just didn't do there. All right, peel it carefully, and you wanna try to pull it kind of at a diagonal as you pull it off. See, I'm putting my hand inside it. Oh, it looks so good. And there we have a cool geometric pot. Well, perhaps, like me, you pull off all of your tape and discover you made a little boo-boo in there. In this imperfect world, there's always a way to make that into something really cool. So what we're gonna do is cover some of the inside of the terracotta with white. And there you have it, a beautiful terracotta pot with a one-of-a-kind abstract design. This piece stands on its own. It's ready to put a plant and some soil in. It is interior, not exterior, so don't put it on your patio, but the paint will last. It's not going to come off with watering and regular plant life. If you want to take this project one step farther, our next art at home is going to be macrame. So we're going to have the pot that you just made, and then we're going to learn how to make a macrame pot holder and teach you a little bit about plant propagation. So you can be a houseplant person and have all sorts of wonderful plant babies around your house. So thank you for joining us for this week's Art at Home, and I hope you continue to be creative and have fun. See you next time.